Hello ladies and gentlemen, today I'll be doing a game review on Ghost of Tsushima, where you play as a samurai to save the island of Tsushima. Today I'll be just talking about the combat, the exploring of the world, how it looks, and some of the missions you might come across, where you will do. Okay, let's go. So the exploring of this world, I think is beautiful, just riding around, exploring, finding places. You never know what you can find. Like you find these Mogul territories, and if you've ever played, I'll go attack here, show the combat very soon. But first, if you've ever played the Zelda Breath of the Wild, you know that feeling if you go onto a cliff and you just want to explore, like you see the beauty of the land. That's how I feel, like just going around the places. So if I were to rate the looks and stuff, I would give it, I want to say a 10 out of 10. Now next I'll be talking about combat. There's many things in combat. There is like the stances, which is stone, water, wind, and moon. The stone one is, these different stances are good for different type of enemies. So sword stance is good for against sword enemies, water enemy against shield enemies. I forget what this one is for. And the moon stance is good for dudes, big dudes that really suck. I don't know what they're called, but they suck. And when you go to these Mogul territories, you always want to have the stone stance on, or the water one, because there's a lot of those guys. I'll talk about some of their skill trees. So the deflection shows you like a whole bunch of different stuff you can do when you block and stuff, and like different abilities. These help you like track different stuff. And then there's mythic ones, which I'll talk about a little bit later. But basically, you do missions, and they'll just give you abilities. I'll go more into that. Stances, you just upgrading them so they can have different abilities and stuff. And Ghost is showing like all your weapons you could have, so like kunais, black powder bomb, smoke bomb, sticky bomb, and wind chimes. They're all really useful. These are some things you just unlock, which just basically just help you survive. So that's nice. And then you, at the beginning of the game, you get Saka Katana, which is your main weapon, which you can never change out, but it's a pretty strong weapon if you upgrade it. Your Saka Tento is what you use to stealth kill. That can be is really useful. And the charms just basically just help you with some like certain things. So this has like a minor defense, so it reduces the damage I get out from a little bit, so that's helpful. Outfits is you can choose whatever headband or mask you want to do. It doesn't give you effects or anything, just for style. But for armor sets like this, they give you certain like buffs and stuff, so that's nice. The weapon choices is like the ranged. So I have unlocked half bow, blowgun, and throw, which is like throw bombs, wind chimes, firecrackers. And quick thing is why you switch. That's customizing your horse and stuff. Now I'll be showing you the combat itself. There's something called a standoff, which the standoff does is you trigger an enemy, you would hold down triangle, and you wait till they run into attack. They're gonna do this bait thing, and if you go for it, you can mess up. If you do it successfully, you can get up your thing, instant kill enemies, and basically just helps get rid of enemies quicker. You usually get one, but I just unlocked more things, so it helps. Then there's gonna be these leaders, which I don't think this is the leader. No, this is Minion. So, archers suck because from a distance. So if you're ever midway through an attack, they basically suck. What you saw was me spamming basically just square. So nothing really that fancy, but you can hold depending on different stances, you can hold different things. So hold triangle, you just go for a dash. For if you do stone and like that, you can if you double tap triangle for some certain stuff, it does stuff. And there's other combos I just haven't like learned myself or just haven't have the skill for it yet. So for that, so that's combat. Now some of the missions you will come across are Jin's journeys, which are like the main missions. So because I'm almost done the story, this is the last mission, like the third part of the main mission before you're done. These are all the missions you have to complete before you get to where I am. Trust me, it's hard. Tales of Tsushima is basically just side quests, which like Peace for the Diving just give you your minor legend increase and like the charms and some stuff, which basically you just have to go find a certain place, go help person or find out something and stuff like that. Each thing has different stuff. You can get some armor. You can just get a whole bunch of stuff. There's a whole bunch of missions. So you never get if you ever like these missions and stuff, these could be good. And the minor legend increase is, if I can find it, it's basically just levels up, which gives you like explored stuff to like level up all these techniques and stuff, just so like make you stronger. And once you get to the full thing, it'll either increase your health with those yellow circles you see. The yellow circles can be used for many things. What I like using them mostly for is for health. But like if you do different combos, um, like this, the Dance of Wrath, when you use this ability, it uses up your circles, but it instant kills. The heavily strike is good for dealing a lot of damage, but it takes up the circles, so healing is gonna suck if you do. The way with the flame, no, it doesn't. Um, then to get these mythic master combats, see at the moment I only have the Way of the Flame, which I had to do a side quest for, which you can only unlock at part 3. Is basically just lighting your blade with flames, like you'll see some enemies using. So it's strong attacks. The explosion arrow, what's in the name, you have to just complete the Curse of Tsushima. I don't know how to say it. And you just go do some stuff, get explosive arrows. Dance of the Wrath, complete the Spirit of the Yakaraka's Vengeance. Um, and Heavily Strike, which that one just basically just goes into enemies nearby, instant kills them and stuff. Heavily Strike, you have to complete the Heavily Strike. Complete the Heavenly Strike quest to, and this one basically just does big damage, but takes up your circles. Explorations is when these would just are like track things. So when you go to your map, as you go to a guy named Wind Target, you can see all of this stuff is like it. You can show you where to track. So it'll show you like an estimate area of where that thing is, and you just go around. So like you would go find stuff for that and that. Um, there is also Legends mode, which basically is if you can fight either waves of enemies or like you can fight with your friend, and you can go fight against other people, or you can just fight as a squad if you want. Um, you can play as different people, so as you can play as the archer, which you're special in a bow, a healer, which just helps with healing for support. Samurai is what you play for story, but does some good melee attacks. You could also play as the assassin, which the assassins go to stealth attacks. And once you get to characters to rank 8, you can unlock another character, which you can only unlock 4 characters. but they all give you a whole bunch of variety of different gameplays you want. I would not to actually rating the exploring. I want to rate a 10 out of 10. The combat I want to say a 9, like a 9, yeah, a 9. It's pretty simple and stuff, but some of the like combos and stuff is complicated. Uh, the missions I want to say like a 8 or 7 because there is a whole bunch of like there's some of them are just complicated or really hard to do. Actually, this is a good time to show a mission. So this is a side quest I just came across, as you saw, and if you solve this, if you do this, you'll either get something from the person doing it, or basically it just gives you more minor points, which are really good if you're trying to level up a lot. So, some missions are longer than others, so like you have to dedicate, and you can't really save during missions, unless that's a main mission.
Now for the boy.
That's everything I have to say about this. I hope you enjoy this video, and I hope you get the game. See you laters.